I'll be working on home designs and looking at references from 3,000 years ago and reading the Old Testament at the same time. So it's like a soundtrack to the visuals of the shapes and the ideas and ideals of what we're creating. A lot of my creative friends, I tell them, like, the Bible is better than Pinterest. You can bring something into space and time we exist in while reflecting thousands of years of truth. Okay, it says, you shall keep my statutes. You should not let your cattle breed with a different kind. You shall not sow your field with two kinds of seed, nor shall you wear a garment of cloth made of two kinds of material. And I tell my apparel team that the clothes that we're using, like single material. I remember sending a manager I used to work with a really rude email about how every time he wore this wool jacket with leather sleeves, he set culture back by 10 years. So now I can send him the verse from the Bible that says, you shall not wear a garment of cloth made of two kinds of material.
Tell me a little bit about the creative process where you design one of these.
You start with a sketch, start with a vintage reference. It could start with a previous shoe that we created that we're making a newer version on. You know, feelings of films and experiences that I grew up with. Akira, the movie Akira, my mom took me to see Akira when I was really young, and the shapes and the color palettes and the general mood of the film had always been a big inspiration for Yeezy. Mm-hmm. And going to auto shows with my dad, you know, the first time I saw a white Lamborghini Countach in real life, and I remember the guy said I couldn't even touch the car, and I was obsessed with this car as a child, or, you know.
Is there any shoe that Countach is, kind of represented in?
There's a little bit of Lamborghini in everything I do.
All right. So
Yeezy is the Lamborghini of shoes.
The idea comes to you, you sketch it out, mm-hmm. and then what?
We have a team of incredible designers. We'll take the entire design team to Japan. We'll take the entire design team to Zone and talk about, you know, where we'd like to take these ideas. And I mean, it's a painting. It's a spirit that's inside of it that's now translated into these miniature vehicles. I'm just soaking in all the shoes. Like, look at all these, look at these designs, look at these ideas all together. The protos, the versions that you've seen in actuality and the versions that never quite made it. To be able to see inside of this, there's, you know, this is an infinite amount of words in front of you. There's so many prototypes that go into what you eventually get.
How many prototypes do you think per shoe you'll cycle through before you get to the one that you actually
It's
want?
Hundreds. We work on, like I said, miniature vehicles. We work on shoes like someone would work on a car.
Mm-hmm. Let's say we're looking at 2,000 shoes. How many do you think are prototypes that'll never be available outside of this circle?
I'm not a numbers guy.
Okay. But mostly?
I'm a feeling, it's a inspiration, it's channeling.
Right.
You know, and I'm not This isn't, I'm not a numbers guy. That's the thing, yeah, that's the thing is everyone,
Yeah.
it's all these like calculations. This right here is, you say you love sneakers, right?
Yeah.
You can't calculate love.
Uh,
Do you love seeing these?
I love seeing them. I'm just curious
What's
how
the
many...
feeling that you get?
Joy.
So when you get joy, do you try to calculate? You know, like if you get a surprise cake from your grandmother and you didn't know she was in town,
Yeah.
do you start asking her about the batter and specifically the frosting?
Perhaps not, but I'm not writing a story about my grandma, so.
Well, that's what people need to realize about artists and people who dedicate their life and go to the hospital and back to bring joy, that they should be loved and treated like how you would treat your grandmother giving you a cake, because these things are made to bring uncalculable joy. So to ask me to somehow translate this to numbers is to ask your grandmother exactly what the recipe of the cake was. There's spirit.
Right.
There's spirit inside of this thing. It's a soul. It's like, that wasn't calculated when Jordan switched hands. The fact that people are seeing all of these shoes are inside of every single shoe. It all flows through. Everything flows into everything. And this is how connected we are as human beings. All of them have a spirit. They're all of the family. There's not one bad shoe. Any of these shoes that even didn't make it 20 years from now, you'll look up and that shoe would be, you know, worth to the numbers guys. You know, what's a Picasso sketch worth? A Warhol sketch. Look from this. Put yourself in the center. Just walk right here. You can step on some of these. Come to the middle. Don't worry about stepping on them. I know the maker.
How do you feel?
Still. Patient. And blessed.
Are any of them talking to you right now?
Yeah, there are a lot that I really love. I mean, I love them all.